A warm welcome to Anuradha Vedic Astrology. Today we are going to talk on Arudha with Chandrasekhar Sharma. But before that, a big thanks to all of you for liking, sharing and subscribing to our YouTube and Spotify channels and writing in your comments and your suggestions there. If you have not subscribed to our channel, please do. And do remember to press the bell icon so that you can get the updates ASAP. Sir, a warm welcome.
My pleasure.
Sir, it's always a pleasure to learn an out-of-box approach from you. Arudha is a much discussed topic, and though it finds its mention many a places, nothing very clear can be understood about it. So I'll just go and ask you, what is the fundamental basic of Arudha?
Arudha is one of the concepts, and the whole problem is many a times people think that these are standalone. These are tools. People many a times think that it only applies to Jaimini Astrology, whereas Parashara also mentions it. You will find mention in even Uttar Kalamrita of Kalidasa. You will find some mention in Chandrakala Nadi and many texts. And there are many commentaries also. Now the question is, can Arudha be standalone? No, there is something else also, which we will sometime discuss later on because it's a vast subject. But what is Arudha? Arudha means mounted. In Sanskrit, Arudha means one who mounts. We say Ashwarudha, one who has mounted the Ashwa, the horse. So what happens is, what you see is the person who is on the horse, you don't see the horse. Isn't it? So half of his person you see the upper half. The legs are down below. Isn't it? So similarly, the idea is that if something happens to one bhava, as we call it, or sign you can call it, whichever way, we'll talk about bhavas now. Then the idea is that it's whatever is its effect, whatever is attributed to it, can also be seen from another place, which is it's in a way shadow or whatever you call it, but how it is calculated is you look at the bhava, find out where its lord is placed. Okay, now this bhava is supposed to have an imagine. It mounts this bhava, this lord. Okay, that is Arudha. So what happens? Then exactly same distance from that planet, whichever Rashi or bhava comes, is said to be the Arudha of the original bhava. It is like, periscope was there. When we were at least young, we used to be told, the 45-degree angle of a, mirror is to be kept, and the other is also at the 45 degrees, and you can see something. So what you are seeing is not the actual thing. But looking at this image, you can understand something about the origin. That is Arudha. It is also, very beautifully, that of course will take time, explained in the Sankhya Yoga when Kapil Muni, one of the greatest sages and a philosopher of great repute.
Yes.
Some people say he was also, a reincarnation of Shiva.
Yes.
Whatever. He has proposed a theory of Sankhya Yoga. This Sankhya Yoga, about this Sankhya Yoga, Lord Krishna also talks about it in Bhagavad Gita for those who are learned, they will understand. And he is explaining to his mother. Because his mother says, you say that the ultimate one we cannot see. And then you say you should worship some, idol. So what is this? And he explains how it happens, that the sun is reflected in water, and then the reflection is further, transmitted onto a wall. And so you look at the wall, the shadow of, this light which is coming on the wall, and you think this is sun. Because this is near you, you can understand. But if suddenly wind starts blowing and the water starts, getting uneven and it develops waves. So what happens is that shadow also will be seen as, moving about and waving and all those things. But the sun is steady. The problem is you cannot directly understand sun. So if you go through this system to understand what finally is the truth, which is the ultimate truth, the God of it. The same thing is here. We can see that a bhava or a sign, the distance of that bhava from the planet, count the same number from the planet onwards to the next bhava, and that is the reflection. So this planet who owns that bhava acts as a reflector. A ray of light or knowledge or understanding coming on that is exactly with the same degree it is transmitted to somewhere else. It is as simple as that. And so it is called as the Arudha, the mounted one. Whom does it mount? It mounts the
Reflector.
Lord of the
House.
house itself, and goes somewhere else and you look at it. So some people call about Satya and Maya. Okay, I mean whichever way. But this is the basic. Now this, amongst this, the lagna bhava, as we call it, the ascendant, the Arudha of the that third one, which the second bhava that we look at is called the Arudha. It is also called the Pada. Generally, when only Arudha or only Pada is said, it is understood to be that of the ascendant. Otherwise, we say Dvitiya Bhava Pada or Dvitiya Pada, second Pada means second Arudha of the second bhava. So look at that is how it is to be seen. The principal among that is the Arudha. And this gives us some flavor of what is reality. It may be true, it may not be true. That is how it appears to. Because reflection is not the truth, isn't it? So, but I don't go into Maya. That is a very different concept. But this is the nearest I can explain. And that is why what we look at from Arudha, we can also see from the original sign. Original sign might give us a much better idea. Arudha gives us some other idea. Something which is moving around and what happens, etc., etc. But it is not only Arudha, then there are Argala, and so a whole lot of things which are to be combined together. Whatever can be seen from ascendant can also be seen from Arudha. It can also be seen from Karakangsha. It can also be seen from Rishka. So there are a whole lot of things. These are different moves. My advice is whatever you feel comfortable with, use.
So now my next question is that when we talk about Arudha, what does it fundamentally show? So we've understood the concept of reflection very beautifully, where it is the reflection of the ascendant. If you're just taking the AL, the lagna Arudha. So what would it show to us and how would it kind of differ?
See, the aspects on Arudha need not necessarily be same as the aspects on the ascendant.
Right.
Because it might be even only one house apart. So if the planet is sitting in the second house, the third house will become the Arudha.
Right.
So naturally the planetary influences will differ.
Yes.
So that difference and try to understand how it is working is the essence of Arudha.
Right. That's very
good. I might appear to be an atheist, which I might be. I don't know whether I am or not. But my Arudha might show that no, he's not actually an atheist. He does believe in perhaps the concept of religion or duties. His way of thinking might be different because Rahu is aspecting that Arudha, whereas on the ascendant there is no aspect of Rahu. So I think that he is internally he might be a bit different, and that is how we go. Our second house from ascendant, some planet is occupying it and aspecting it, whereas from Arudha some other planet will be there. You will see that there is some similarity between the results.
And yet there are differences.
Will be there. So this is an additional. And how to use it is the skill of I always say that astrology is a science and prediction or interpretation of those rules is an art, which is to be used with a sense of proportion. So this is Arudha. Then similarly, there is Arudha of Upa Arudha, they call it. Or sometimes Upapada Lagna we call it. Actually, it is Upapada, but we also call it Upapada Lagna, which talks about how the spouse will be, whether there will be stability of marital, bond, etc., or what could be the diseases of the spouse, etc. So this is also one factor. Sometimes we miss, not because it is not there. It would be there in the chart, but we can miss it. So this helps. Getting some additional information. It is just like Varga charts. They cannot overrule the ascendant, but they can give you some flavors which you might have missed. because we have got only 9 planets and 12 bhavas. So this is, there are then bhava aruds. All bhavas also have their. There are also graha aruds. Even the planets have the similar way of acting, about which hardly anything is done. But if we apply our logic, then we can say, okay, this must be it. Like if in the second house, some good planets are aspecting from the Arudha, the person might be, if there are planets, he would have wealth, isn't it? That is what we say when from lagna, if there is some planet in the second bhava, we will say that planet will indicate through which means he would have accumulated wealth. Same happens with Arudha. So this is an addition, and but the planets might be different. So if you are able to connect all those dots, you might be able to get something. So this is how Arun is to be interpreted. It is used by many astrologers. It becomes easier instead of going in for the degrees of planets, etc., etc. You can just look at the Arun, and instead of going to the Navamsha, you can directly predict from it. If you are uh, used to using Arun regularly, that is what.
So my question to you is that what are the different Aruds we are going to learn from you in our upcoming course on Arudha?
We shall try to focus on the Lagna Arudha, as I told you. Then the Upa Arudha, the Upapada Lagna, as I say, because marital bond is something where we many times make mistakes, and which is called the Upa Arudha. And sometimes some of the Aruds of the Bhavas also, like second Bhava might have some Aruds, ninth Bhava has some Aruds, and how they operate is what we are going to look at it. At the end of the series, I might comment something on the Graha Arun also, which is a subject which is rarely touched. I mean, in classics, there is nothing except that they have said this is how Graha Arun is derived. I can, I try to give my opinion about how it should be looked at. And
thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir. This is a wonderful session that we heard from you, and the appetite to learn more is simply gone higher about our roots. So till we meet with you again, stay safe and do write to us and let us know if you are interested in our class. You can also directly log in and get the links from our website for the upcoming class. Till we meet with you, stay safe.
Please hit the bell icon for fresh updates. Don't forget to like, share and comment on the videos, and please subscribe to our channel.